A circuit court judge in Virginia has ruled that police may force people to unlock their smartphones, tablets, or other devices if they have a Touch ID fingerprint scanner on them, literally manhandling the person, grabbing their hand, and forcing them to touch their fingerprint onto the fingerprint scanner, saying that fingerprint-enabled devices are not protected by the Fifth Amendment, which is supposed to protect people against self-incrimination or possible self-incrimination or making statements that may be falsely interpreted or misinterpreted as possibly incriminating themselves. But no, this court judge in Virginia said that the police may literally grab your finger and force it onto the device. This is basically the same as saying that, well, police can't enter your house without a warrant, but if you have the keys in your pocket, they could force you to hold the key and then force your hand to unlock the door, and then that just doesn't count as them violating the Fourth Amendment. Sort of like this device in the film Shooter, starring Mark Wahlberg, which is basically a suiciding device, where this man was basically strapped with this thing and then had his gun put in his hand, and then it was made to attempt to make it look like he had killed himself by literally forcing his hand to put the gun to his head and pull the trigger. You may be aware that the police mandatorily are forcing people to just turn over their DNA just at random, police stops. I mean, just not even if somebody's a suspect in a case and they just pulling random people over and having them DNA swab. There was a case in India, and I covered this in my book, Big Brother, The Orwellian Nightmare Come True, where a woman was convicted of murder largely because of a brain scan. That's right, an fMRI, a functional MRI brain scan, quote, proved that she had experiential knowledge of the murder scene. It basically read her mind and determined that she had actually been to the crime scene, and this evidence was used to convict her. Basically, it's a lie detector on steroids, something that in America we're supposed to be protected by such thing, again, with the Fifth Amendment, which says that you don't have to self-incriminate yourself or even talk at all during your arrest, investigation, or during the trial because your statements may be misinterpreted as self-incriminating you. And this also is supposed to, protect people from being forced to take lie detector tests as well. But now, new smartphones will have facial recognition, mind-reading technology in it, voice print identification, stress analysis, etc., as this Washington Post article says. What happens when your friend's smartphone can tell you're lying? We're entering into a new phase of the Orwellian New World Order. Oh, by the way, what could possibly go wrong? I mean, if you don't have anything incriminating on your phone, I mean, what are you afraid of? Oh, well, I guess you just didn't catch this story here. A California Highway Patrol officer who arrested a woman for a DUI, went through her phone, found some naked selfies, and then texted those photos to his friends. Yes, a cop stole an arrested woman's nude photos. Oh, I can't imagine what's going to happen now that the police officers are legally allowed to force your hand to touch your smartphone to unlock it if it has a fingerprint scanner on it. So basically, the Bill of Rights has all been shredded. In previous videos, I have covered that pretty much all of them, except for the Third Amendment, have been completely decimated. The Third Amendment, by the way, says that we don't have to quarter troops, which means you don't have to, allow troops to just live in your house in peacetime. So as long as the people, the authorities who break into your house or just force your hand on to touch your fingerprint scanner and unlock your front door, or use your smartphone to do it, or just force your hands to use your keys and unlock your front door and break into your house without a warrant, violating the Fourth Amendment. I mean, as long as they don't spend the night, then I guess technically they're not violating the Third Amendment. But pretty much every other one has been just gone, just disappeared. I mean, your right to a trial, right to a jury trial, no cruel and unusual punishment. No, they're all gone. Just disappeared. Bradley Manning, just cruel and unusual punishment? Forced in his underwear to sit in a freezing jail cell for months and months and months with no trial? Clearly, cruel and unusual punishment, a violation of the Eighth Amendment. No trial, no public trial, just all secret, just black bag them, the National Defense Authorization Act. So we must stand up and resist. As bad as the New World Order is now, it would be so much worse if we were to just sit by and not say anything, because sometimes the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And in this case, we need to start squeaking because the circuit court judge in Virginia has given the police the authority now to force your hand to unlock your smartphone, and it wouldn't be that far-fetched to believe that they could do the same thing to unlock your front door. Oh, you got the key right there in your pocket. They would never do that, right? Oh, the CIA, I guess, apologized for spying on the Senate committee that was supposed to be investigating the CIA. It was the oversight committee of senators that are supposed to make sure that the CIA isn't violating the law. Yeah, they were spying on those senators and then denied that they were doing that. John Brennan, CIA director, just said, that's absurd. We would never do that. And then about 3 weeks later, when it was confirmed through forensic analysis, they said, oh, I'm sorry, we did do that, yes. And let's not forget about the former CBS reporter Cheryl Atkinson, who had her computer hacked into. She was basically the chief investigative reporter looking into the Benghazi cover-up. And she had her computer hacked into, files deleted, and a classified document placed onto her computer so that they could then frame her for having possession of classified material. That's what happens when we're living in an Orwellian New World Order, when a bunch of satanic Nazis are in control and the technology allows this sort of thing to happen. So be aware, the new Touch ID system, touted as the most secure smartphone and tablet device, now can be unlocked forcibly by the police, FBI, etc., etc. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new. Check out some of the previous videos and the playlists. There are more videos coming soon.